Don't be good, yes.
Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. We're in New York City this week. Right across the street, we're doing a mystical school from the Ground Zero World Trade Center site. And you know, there is a massive awakening right now to the gospel of grace. And this thing is absolutely going missional. Every time, all throughout history, that there was some kind of awakening, there was some type of move of God, you would see that this thing would eventually go to the four corners of the earth. And I'm not just talking about charismatic moves of God, I'm not just talking about Azusa Street, the Wesleyan circuit riders, but every revival. You know, you had the Hudson Taylors, you had the guys off the back of the 1800s. Literally, they would have these mission conventions where people would sign up and they would basically just expect to go live in Africa for the rest of their lives and never come back. And the thing that I'm really excited about, rarely ever do you see in developing nations, do you see grace preachers. Now this is just a matter of fact. You got all these missionaries that go to these places and we're exporting religion, and these missionaries have to get all pumped up and worked up to even get themselves to go. Much less are they ever preaching the gospel of grace because they don't believe it themselves. A couple years ago we were deep in the jungles. We were on a mission trip and we're reaching nearly a couple thousand people just deep in the middle of the jungle and miles away from civilization and miles away from anything like New York City. And the head minister of the place where we arrived, he sat us down and he literally chewed us out because he was so upset because our team shows up and everybody's laughing, everybody's having fun, and we were having too much fun. And the guy just thought we were having way too much fun to really be missionaries, and he said that we're not taking our work seriously enough. And so we're at this meeting, and this guy, this head minister, his bishop was going to come, and his bishop was going to minister along with us at this place. And so here comes this bishop, you know, miles into the jungle. Finally, he comes upriver on his bishop boat, and there emblazoned on the side of his boat was his name, Bishop such and such. And we're thinking, oh no, this is going to be terrible. This guy is probably going to be 5 times as worse. This is the bishop of the religious guy who'd already chewed us out. And he's sitting in the meeting, he's sitting in my meeting, and then right in the middle of the meeting, the guy's going absolutely nuts. He's absolutely having the best time of his life. He's saying, yes, yes, yes. The bishop is loving the message that we're bringing. After the meeting, he comes up to our room, and the guy is absolutely just weeping. And he's like, here, lay your hands on me. I need what you guys are carrying. And before you know it, this bishop is rolling around on the floor, laughing his head off. It was absolutely amazing. But you have to understand, this is a complete anomaly. You just don't see these kind of guys. You don't see these kind of grace guys out in the four corners of the earth in the developing countries where generally you just have all this exported, westernized missionary. So that the very next morning we wake up, we go downstairs of our cabin, and the guy who had chewed us out the day before, he sat us down again. And then through gritted teeth, you could tell he didn't want to have this conversation at all. He says, thank you very much for coming. We really need what you have. And you could tell that his bishop had sat him down the night before and told him to pay attention to us guys, that he really needed what we carried. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you guys, we are about to see grace carriers going to the nations. We're going to see such a move, such a radical move of people. Listen, this is the thing. Some people think that grace preaching breeds apathy. And now grace does bring rest, but grace does not bring laziness. And so this is the thing. This is the misunderstanding of grace. People think that grace is just, you know, this cover up, like God just doesn't see what you're doing, and so you could just go do whatever you want to do. That's license. That's not grace. Listen, grace is defined as the divine influence of God upon man. It is literally like the wind of God coming and filling your sails and empowering you and possessing you and sending you out to the ends of the earth. Paul, the grace apostle, worked harder than all the other ones. The grace apostle outworked the rest. Paul was a carrier of a ministry of reconciliation. He wasn't going around giving steps to salvation. He was proclaiming a gift that you've already been reconciled. It was the gift of an already already given inclusion into God. And this is why Paul was so successful. Way back at 9/11, the Lord showed me that he was about to be releasing his kamikaze preachers. Some of these guys are going to be young people. They're going to get one-way tickets to some of the toughest places in the world, closed countries that are difficult to preach the gospel, and there's going to be an extreme company, people who are looking for something to live for, there are people who are looking for something to give their lives for. And at the same time, here's the thing, I didn't realize, I knew that there was going to be this massive missional movement happening, but I had no idea that these guys were going to be grace carriers, that these guys were going to be carrying this gospel of the finished work of the cross, this gospel of grace. I had no idea what these guys were actually going to be packing. And I'm so absolutely excited about this, guys. I'm telling you, you're going to see hundreds. You are going to see thousands of people just absolutely jacked up, absolutely drunk on love, with joy spilling out of their eyeballs. You're going to see young people that are going to be going to some of the craziest places. China is about to pop. I'm telling you, the Middle East is about to absolutely pop. I would encourage you to, come with us, get some impartation for this, get a feel for this, join us on the mission field. You have a week left to get your deposit in if you want to join us on our Happy Cosmonaut mission. We're going to Latvia, we're going to Estonia, we're going to St. Petersburg, Russia. If this stuff resonates in your heart, listen, be spontaneous. You got to learn to be spontaneous in this move we're in. Don't worry about the total cost, okay? If you don't have the total cost to join us on one of these trips, money is never prohibitive. Your dad is filthy stinking rich. Just all you need to think, look, getting the cash is sometimes part of the faith journey. All you got to think about, take a step of faith, take a little baby step, get your application, get your deposit in by March 31st, and I guarantee you the Lord will hook you up with the rest of everything you need in time. And you'll want to take advantage of this, because this may be the last mission trip that we take that's actually open for applicants for quite a while, because next year the Lord has spoken to me about what I'm calling B-team missions. I want to go to some of the sketchiest places on the face of the earth next year. China, Muslim countries, places where you can't bring a big group of people or else you're going to get caught. And so we're just going to bring a hand-picked group of 1 or 2 guys, like an elite special ops team. And I would call it an A-team, but it's not really that special. We're more like the junior varsity team. We're like the second string round of players. And not so specially talented, just crazy enough to go. We're the B team. Oh, we love you guys so much, and so come join us on the mission field. Love you bunches. We're excited, and I just want to pray for faith. I pray for a crazy impartation of I thank you for that divine calling, that revelation, Lord, that you have called us. You've given us the Great Commission. You've already given us the green light. You've already given us the go of the gospel, and I thank you for a people who are finally realizing what the gospel is, that it is the gospel of the finished work, of Jesus Christ, the person in the work of Christ and Christ alone, that you saved us single-handedly. Love you guys. John Crowder from New York City, over and out. Hey guys, real quickly, I want to tell you about our Losing My Religion tour. This is coming to 4 regions of the country this spring, and I would encourage you all to come. It's going to be David Vaughn from the UK, as well as myself. Each stop is going to be 2 full days of wild glory party, impartation, grace teaching on the finished work of the cross. Of course, you can drink at home all by yourself and not come, but there's something to that pilgrimage, to go gather together in a corporate canopy of whack. And I'm anticipating a real supernatural explosion. So come with expectancy. If you need healing, financial breakthrough, miracles, faith comes by hearing. And there will be a tangible atmosphere as we drink together of His glorious grace. Our only stop in the entire Southeast is going to be in Atlanta. So if you're anywhere in Georgia, Florida, the Carolinas, Tennessee, come. Expect the Lord to blast you with some revelation that brings manifestation. All our Atlanta area partners, hey, bring your friends. Those who need a drink. This is our only visit to the area for the entire year. So if you're anywhere also in the New England area, New York, Upper East Coast, come join us outside of Boston in Haverhill, Mass. This is going to be our only New England stop for the entire year. And our third stop on the Losing My Religion tour will be Chicago. All of you in the Great Lakes area, Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, come to Chicago. And finally, we're going to hit the Southwest. Everybody in Texas, cowboy country, well worth your time. Stampede over. We're going to be in Houston. So 4 stops: Atlanta, Boston, Chicago, Houston. It's all coming up in May. Don't delay. Tell your friends now. It's going to be a massive gathering of drunken gospel believers from all over the world. We've got people flying in internationally for these things. These trips with Dave often pack out. So sign up today at www.losingreligion.eventbrite.com. We will see you in May. In addition to the tour, we would also invite you to come to a mystical school. These are our 3-day intensives, a real marriage between supernatural impartation and activation in the grace message. If you're anywhere in the Midwest, come to our Nebraska school in Omaha in April, and also we'll be in Canada in London, Ontario. So all of you Canadians, come out for that one next month. We'll also be coming to Ohio to the Bread Basket this June in Canton, so join us there. Also, our first ever school in Montana will be in Bozeman this June. So if you're anywhere up in that region, please join us, and we'll be in the UK, in Scotland, for our Edinburgh Mystical School. Also, this summer we'll be in Southern California for a mystical school in Riverside, and finally we will be in Germany. Now, all of our mystical schools overseas are quickly filling up our international ones, so sign up soon. We'll see you there.
Dios que las cosas.